Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast. It is Tuesday, June 2nd, and we've got a jam-packed episode. We were off last week for Memorial Day weekend. Hope everyone had a great time. Everyone was safe, healthy, fun, all that good stuff. Not a big, I mean, we had the NBA and NHL, nothing crazy there. It was kind of just a weird bridge time where we weren't able to talk futures really, and pretty much everything was juice to one side. So decided to take a week off with Memorial Day pending. We are ready to recharge because we've got the NBA Finals preview, NHL Finals preview, Memorial Tournament at Jack's Place, another signature event, and to lead off the show, Max, we've got two massive NFL trades to start with. We're going to start with the lighter of the two, one that we might have expected. So AJ Brown gets traded to the New England Patriots and picks among other things, and then a massive unexpected trade. Myles Garrett goes to the LA Rams for Jared Verse, next year's first, I think a second and a third for Myles Garrett. And so the Rams, the rich get richer. Fuck them picks, as the GM Les Snead says, as Sean McVay says, and even funnier, that you go get a guy like Myles Garrett, and in the 13th overall pick, you went with Ty Simpson. I mean, Jesus Christ, you could have gone with any wide receiver, maybe even a tight end like a Kenyon Sadiq, something like that. You might have really been able to bolster that offense, and that would be a super squad. But I digress. Max is here as always. How are you doing, bud? And give me your thoughts on those two trades.
Yeah, man. Absolutely crazy. I'm doing good. Had a great weekend. Little Sunday fun day action. I do feel a little rough right now, but I'm keeping it going. Excited to be here. Um, yeah, those trades were. I mean, I caught it late. Got caught up in work. Didn't check my phone for a while, and yeah, like you said, I mean, AJ Brown for all the ones that have held up or kept up with the whole Diana and Mike Vrabel stuff. We all kind of assumed AJ Brown was going there. We knew he was going to end up there. But Myles Garrett was a fucking shot in the dark. I had no idea that. I mean, we knew he was always an option for trade because he was so unhappy there and wants to be winning. But for the Browns to let him go, got Jared Verse back and the first for next year, and I think a couple other ones. I didn't read fully too into the article, but Jared Verse is a stud. I think that's a great one, great back. Him and Michigan boy, fucking uh, Jesus, I always blank on his name. Mason,
Mason Graham.
Mason, yeah. They'll be dirty on the inside. That'll be good, but. Fuck the Rams, dude. I mean, clearly I'm still butthurt from the playoff game, but fuck that. They just add another animal to their defense. And you know, yeah, Matt Stafford, what, 150 for 2 years or whatever? Like
Yeah.
unreal contract. We'll see if I mean they're gonna be fucked. They are gonna be fucked unless Ty Simpson is like like an Aaron Rodgers coming out of behind Brett Favre type thing. Like unless Matt Stafford can train him that well and take him under his wing, but they are fucked. I mean, Garrett's young. We got Puka's young. The running back core with Kieran is young. They do still have a bunch of young guys, but they don't have any draft picks anymore. I mean, it's crazy. What
Yeah, it's funny because you look at the last well, it's like you look at the last like first round picks of their team, and it's like Ty Simpson traded, 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 traded. And the only reason they had that 13th pick is from the Falcons, and that trade with them. Otherwise, they traded that pick too. So, and one thing, Max, I'm gonna I don't want to put it into the universe, but the question has to be asked. Is there a chance Mr. Aaron Donald could maybe come back for 1 to 2 years, pair up with Myles Garrett, take a very minimum deal, and just go for one more ring? Is that
I don't think so because I feel like he would have done that like last year. because they were very solid last year and had a good chance.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope, and also I hope not.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the most important thing. Yeah, I hope not. But yeah, and I'll say obviously huge for the Rams. They're stacked. They're going all their chips in. Every single chip is in. Um, but if we're talking about a trade package for Miles Garrett from a Browns perspective, Jared Verse is probably one of two or three other pass rushers that you'd be willing to trade for a Miles Garrett for among other picks because he's still young, and he's obviously very talented. And you have some good pass rushers out there in the league right now, but they're either old or they're just not going to move. Like even like a TJ Watt or something like that. Like they're going to take Jared Verse over that.
Yeah.
Disrespect to TJ, he's obviously an absolute baller, but just like money and age and stuff, he's a little bit older than Verse. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, Cleveland gets a haul. They get next year's first, not going to be much value, but you get three picks and you get Jared Verse back. I think the key for them was getting a pass rusher back or something along the defense. And Jared Verse is as good as it gets for them. So
Yep.
huge, huge trade. It ended up being, just to read it out, Miles Garrett for Verse, next year's first round, 2028 second round pick, and 2029 third round pick. So kind of staggered those picks across a couple years, but obviously Verse is the key there. And then just to hit real quick on the AJ Brown trade, and we don't have to talk about it much, but it was kind of more confirmation of something we,
Yeah.
but it was AJ Brown for a fifth next year and a first in 2028. Um, so I mean,
And yeah, because they're taking on that big contract, right? It's
yep.
pretty big.
Yeah, so I mean, overall, I think a solid deal for both teams. It, same thing as Garrett, super talented player who just wanted out of the situation. You can only get so much value back for a guy who clearly doesn't want to be there. So hats off to the Eagles for at least getting a first round pick out of it. It might be 2 years from now, but they already replaced AJ Brown's, replacement with Makai Lemon in the first round. So,
Yeah.
uh, we're not going to get into like predictions or anything, but did see Rams odds went from plus 800 to plus 650. So, I mean, obviously a big trade that's a sizable move. I think when the Packers traded for Michael last year, it was probably around the same odds change. I don't think they were as heavy of favorites, but I think they went from like 15 to 1200 or something like that. So, um, huge trades. We'll see what happens after this. I'm sure there's more to come. But did want to hit on that. Don't want to talk about it too much because we've got the Memorial Tournament at Jack's Place, signature event, always an incredible tournament. Um, Trying to look up who won it last year. I want to say it was Scotty. I feel like it's an easy bet based on last year's season. Um,
Yeah.
to do that, but it's at Muirfield Village in Dublin, Ohio, I believe it is. If it's in Ohio, I know that. So overall, going to be a really sick tournament. You've got a lot of the big dogs back. Scotty's back, Rory's back, Cam Young's back.
Yep.
So
Scotty's previous.
Scotty was the previous. Yep, thank you. I figured that was it's, and they wear the plaid jacket at this tournament. Um,
Oh,
And
gotcha. Yeah.
so I think that's going to be big there. And so yeah, so good. I didn't get to do a ton of since it's Monday, a little bit less time on the course prep itself, but looked through some of the course fit data. Um, Obviously it's Jack Nicklaus's course, so it's going to be tough. He does not want anyone to run up 30 under like Wyndham Clark did a couple weeks ago and things like that. I think he wants to see it more close to where this past weekend's tournament was, and that's in that 12 to 13 range. Um, so I think that's what he's going to be aiming for. But I think, as Sean usually says when it comes to these kind of tournaments, this is one where I think this is where the cream rises to the top. It's going to be kind of a big dogs weekend here. But any kind of backstories, anything that you're looking at before we get into the picks for this weekend?
No, honestly, just kind of staying with who's been riding up on the T20, T30 train and just staying above cut and just been playing well. Been
Good.
tracking nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
speaking of guys that have been playing well, Aaron Rice back in the field this week after winning the PGA Championship a couple weeks ago. So you know I'm gonna be all over that. I'll just give it out because it's gonna be a pick, but it's not. Yeah, it's not one of my main ones, but obviously T30 minus 108 for Aaron Rise. That's just lock
There
city, dude. Uh, Guy's solid. It's a tough course. You've really got to plan out your shots. Yeah, he takes a little bit of time. Yeah, he wears two gloves. Yeah, he's got irons.
you
Yeah, he's a little quirky, but guess what? The guy knows how to golf and he's in great form right now. He had a great season last year, so expect that to continue. So I do like that T30 as, one of many picks, but not one of my kind of top tier picks. So I'm excited for that. you know, Russell Henley coming off a huge overtime comeback win, having a huge Sunday, beating Eric Cole, who was going for his first career PGA win. Third time now he's come up in second place in either a playoff or a loss. But aside from that, should be a really, really good tournament. Pretty much full field. I don't think there's any major guys missing. So Max, while we're at it, let's get into the picks. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All righty. I'm gonna let you start off because I already gave out my guy, that guy, Aaron Rye.
Let's see, you can go first, but all right, I'll take it. Who do I want to take first? I'll go with my guy that I haven't taken too much this year. He has been slacking a little this year, but has had some very good showing outs. And I think top 20 isn't too much to ask for. Give me old JJ Spawn at top 20, including ties, plus 112. I mean, come on. Gotta get that.
Yep.
He's very good. I
Yeah, I mean,
think,
dude, he played.
yeah, no, he's played well, and I think this is a tournament where, he can kind of get up there into that 15, maybe even sneak it to a 9 or something. But I think you're plus at 20, might as well take that. I think he's due for.
Yeah, I mean, overall, really good weekend for him. Watching the last couple rounds, the only thing I'll say, and I think he was able to kind of clean it up towards the end, but he was having some issues with some of those approach shots in. And once he
Mhm.
got there, and if he got it good, I mean, he's dialed on the putter. Driver was looking good. It's just like that mid iron. And it's mostly the course that they were playing last weekend. Ton of bunkers that are like in that second shot on a par five where you're like you can't get it there, but there's bunkers on both sides of the fairway, like
Yeah,
100 yards out, and he ended up in a couple of them. Recovered pretty solid, but overall, really good weekend for him. Um, so I really like that. I had a feeling you might be going with that. I did put him in a parlay last week. I know we didn't pod, but put him in a parlay with uh Henley and Smalley for T20s, and they all finished in the top 10. So that was pretty sick. Love
yeah.
it. Love it. I'm going to start off with a T20 as well, hovering around the same range. Went six under with a huge Sunday last week. Was one stroke off from being included in the playoff, and he's starting to really come into his own these last 3 to 4 weeks. Really had some good showings. That's Ben Griffin, T20, including ties at plus 120. One of my guys who I started falling in love with last year. He's got a great story. I'm a former mortgage guy who had to get out of the business. He's a former mortgage guy. I'm a 14 handicap. He's a +7, but same, but different. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah, love me some Ben Griffin this weekend.
yeah, exactly. Um, no, I think he's been playing great this year too. Maybe not great, but has been playing very well. So I like that a lot. Do I want to do that one or do I just want to throw it in for fun? All right, yeah. I'll do a good old. He's been slowly becoming my guy too. Matt Fitzpatrick, a top 10 plus 115 or 50. Sorry. I feel like that just took your bet, but
No,
yeah, been playing very solid, very well. Don't see him not. I mean, he could be top five easily. So
yep, yeah. Maybe more than top five, maybe top three, maybe top two.
Maybe
Maybe
winner.
one. Maybe one. Maybe one. I love it. I love it. I had two T10s written down, and I was potentially gonna give them both out, but I'm glad you said one of them because I was starting to look at my list, and I was getting long, and I kind of already threw like the rye, homer pick. You already know that's coming,
Right.
and then that one's out. So now I have six picks instead of eight. Uh, so yeah, but I absolutely love it. Took a couple weeks off. I mean. I don't have the FedEx Cup rankings in front of me, but I have to imagine he might be in the top 3 to 5, I would imagine, if not one. I mean, the guy's won a couple tournaments. He's placed well in a lot of them as well.
I got him. We
What,
got Scotty at one, Rory two, Cam Young three, Maddie Fitz at four.
okay, yep.
And Scotty's got Rory by 220 or 232. Um, and he's got Fitz by about 400.
Do they have the events played on that list?
Yes,
How many has Scotty played compared to Rory?
three less.
That's okay. That's what I was gonna say. I'm very surprised. Like that would have been a good trivia question for me right there because I would not have guessed Scotty to be number one. I would have honestly said Fitz or Rory or Cam Young. Um, but I
And
guess yeah.
yeah, Cam has played five more, and Matt has played six, seven more
Then Rory,
than Scotty.
and he's
Scotty's played 40.
first.
Yeah. Oh wait, this isn't FedEx. This is just golf. This is world golf ranking.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good. While you pull that up, I'm gonna read out the T10 because but I absolutely love Fitzpatrick. I'm all over that. Yeah, once you get that up, let me know. But I'll run through my one of my other T10s.
I thought ESPN would just have automatic FedEx's ranking.
You would think, but still a little bit old school. Going with the guy who unfortunately, Max, this is probably the first outright winner I've hit pre-tournament all year, and we didn't podcast last week. And that was Russell Henley. I had him at plus 2,000 um, for a little unit, and first outright runner I think I've hit this year. Um, I think I might have had some Rory, but not like a lot. Like I think I had other guys, and I just had Rory just because I was like, if he goes back to back, I at least have like $20 on him. But yeah, no, Russell Henley, bald, bailed me
Yep.
out big time. I thought I was screwed going into Sunday. Had a huge day, and luckily Eric Cole kind of flubbed up some putts there, so Russell Henley got the playoff. Guy played great on Saturday, Sunday. Actually, he really played. He played basically almost an average of 3 under or better every single round. So very consistent. This is a tough course. He's dialed plus 150, same odds as Matty Fitz. I might even parlay both of them together because I feel so good about
Yeah,
those two. Um, so yeah, give me Russell Henley at plus 150.
I love it. It's a very good one.
Yeah. Yeah, and this to our point earlier, probably going to be heavy favorites and things like that. We will find some value for you, but feeling like the big dogs are going to eat this weekend.
Yeah. No, he probably would have been my other top 10 if it wasn't Fitz. So we're on the same page. Um, all right, so
Same.
standings. We got the FedEx official standings. We do still have
Yep.
Mr. Scotty Scheffler number one. Yeah. 11 events, same as number two, Cam Young, but Cam Young is 170 uh, points behind because although he has two wins, he has six top tens instead of seven. I guess that matters more.
Okay.
But number three is Matt Fitzpatrick, 217 behind,
I was gonna say I wouldn't expect
with
Rory.
three wins and five top tens, which is
Yeah,
crazy. So,
that is insane. Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't have been surprised if he was one, but I know Scotty's been playing more tournaments this year, and then I know
that has
Rory
one more.
skipped. I feel like Rory's kind of skipped. How many? Where's Rory at in that list?
All right, I just won't do numbers or anything. Then it goes four Colin Morikawa, five Siwoo Kim, six Ludwig, seven Goddard, eight Bridgman, nine Rory.
He's got how many?
Bhatia.
How many less events than everyone else?
Rory has far from less than everyone. He's at seven. Everyone's Scotty and Cam are 11. I mean, Siwoo's 15. Goddard, Bridgman 13. Ludwig 12. Morikawa's 10. He by far has the most. Jake Knapp has nine. That's I mean Alex Fitzpatrick has four, but and he's fucking
He just started.
yeah, and he's number 28.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
because Zurich and
head
then
of Ben Griffin.
damn, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, that's intriguing. But yeah, back to Matty Fitz, dude's balling. Dude is
Yeah, oh, he is. I mean, five top tens, so he's up there, and three wins. So those top tens, like if does his wins count as top tens, or does he have five other top ten like it's top ten finishes, or does he only have two other because he has three wins?
I want to say the latter. I want to say probably includes like so he's got two other top tens, not including his wins.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking,
Mhm.
but I'm not entirely sure because that would be insane. Three wins, eight, that'd be insane work for eight or what, 10 events and eight of them are T10 or winning.
12, but yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't either,
We can
but
dissect that.
maybe someone can tell us, educate us.
Yeah. Yep. I'm sure Sean's probably listening like you knuckleheads, but that's okay.
I would think, honestly, personally, I would think outside. I would think that he does have technically eight top 10 finishes
Yeah.
because he won. So that's not like a like it is a top 10, but like, you know what I mean? Like an
Yeah.
outright winner. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But enough of that. I'll give my last official other than, well, an outright isn't fully official, but, oh, wait, that's not it. All right. Well, I forgot to check odds and he isn't within it. So give me this one. Top 20, Kitty Cat plus 138.
Okay.
Kurt Kandiyama for those who don't know the nickname.
Yeah, they're like, what the heck? You said T30 or T20?
T20, including ties, plus
Okay.
130.
Yeah, that's solid. Guy's really good with the putter this tour season. So
Yeah. He's been he's been keeping steady. I think he's one that could come up, be a top five round one and then kind of slowly drop back.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Going on to my third pick. I'm gonna double dip on the following one, but I'm gonna give out this one. Brant Snedeker, probably like the oldest guy consistently in these events this year. Has taken some time off in prior seasons. Dude's absolutely balling right now. And his T40 is plus 128. And I think if he can make the cut, he's been in there on like day one a lot. Like he's been there on Thursday night. He's been at least in the hunt. And I think as long as he can do that on a Thursday, Friday, I think T40 should be no sweat. But it is a tough course. It's T40, so I'm gonna ride with it, and it's plus money. So you get down to the bottom, and there's only so many guys in this field this weekend, and trying to find like a T40, T30 gets a little hairy there. So going with Brant Snedeker, anchors down, Vanderbilt grad, plus 128.
Okay. I like it.
Yep. And do you have any more official picks, or is it just outrights or first round leaders? Because I can fire
Yeah.
off.
No more fully official, no.
Okay, cool. Let me fire off a couple quick ones. Get a double dip again. So this one is another official pick. So we'll have four official picks on this weekend. Fourth one. it is double dipping, Max. But Ben Griffin's T20, I feel so confident on. Saw that at plus 120. Then I started looking at group leaders, and Ben Griffin in Group D is plus 285. It was plus 325 when I wrote it down earlier this morning. I was checking some odds, and so I was looking at it, and now it is at plus 285 for Group D. I am pulling up, I did not write them down. But Group D is Ben Griffin, Justin Thomas at plus 300, Matsuyama 320, Scotty, not Scotty Scheffler, Adam Scotty, plus 370, and Maverick McNeely at plus 380. I think Ben Griffin is capable of a T10, T20. I'm not sweating. Matsuyama's been very solid. Did not play well on Sunday. So interested to see how that is. JT's been hit or miss. Adam Scott's been solid, but it's been a month or so since he's really been in like a T10, T20. And I think Ben Griffin's just better than McNeely overall. So give me plus 285 on Ben Griffin to win Group D. And then a couple FRLs for you as always. The ones I texted you last week with Emma was one stroke off with Smalley. So that was sick. And then end of round two leader, I bet Ryan Gerard, and he was one stroke off. So what does that mean, Max? That means I'm fucking due. And
Yep.
so I'm going back to the well on one of my three. I'm gonna give out three. First one, going back to the well, Alex Smalley. Guy has just been playing lights out, and he's been starting these tournaments off strong. Just hasn't really capitalized towards the Saturday, Sunday range. So if I can exclude Saturday, Sunday, and Friday in a one-day event, give me Alex Smalley on the first day. I love that. That's plus 5,200. That's the longest one I have. The shortest one I have is Mr. Matty Fitzpatrick, plus 2,800. Guy's been dialed. We talked about him for a few minutes already, so I love that at plus 2,800. And
Yep.
then a sneaky guy that I like because of what he's been able to do with his putter. Don't love what he's been doing on the driving accuracy, but I like what he's been doing on the putter, and that's Sam Burns at plus 3,700. Uh,
Mm.
and
Hmm.
as I've said before, I don't have them up, so I'm not going to read them out, but for those three, you also have the option to do end of round top 10 and end of round top five. And those odds for top five are, divided by three. Divide your odds by three, and it's probably somewhere around there. You divide it by five, and that's what your top 10 odds, something along the lines of that, maybe a little more. Maybe divide by 10. Yeah, probably divide by 10. And so love all those odds. So if you don't love those super long odds, look at the T10s and the T5s in the round one. So that
Yeah.
is it from me until we talk outrights. And that time is now. So, Max, give me your outrights. If you got more than one, fire them off. I've got a long, a short, in the middle.
I just got one pretty, I guess, almost chalky. But I think this guy's definitely due for if he can just play, you know, he just I feel like his Saturday Sundays are what always gets him. He plays great Thursday, Friday. You just got to keep it going. Give me Ludwig Aubert plus 1,600 to win it all. I just, this could be a tournament. He gets it back, gets his groove back, and plays well. So I like it a lot.
Or Shincock, too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, I feel like I think he T20'd this past week. I think he's somewhere around there. He might have been a little higher, but really solid. He started off well and it's been consistent. Sunday pretty much ate up everyone. I think he still managed to go two under. I think he just had a rough little Saturday, but I love that. The guy's been playing really well in these big signature events. So, um, all over that.
Fuck yeah.
All righty. Any other outrights or sprinkling long shots, anything like that?
No, no, keeping it
One and
simple.
only. I
Yeah.
respect it. You only do one bracket, one outright, one first round lead.
Yeah.
Respect. I do one bracket, but I don't do that with golf. You have to, I got to sprinkle some. Um, all right. So, do I start? You want the long shot, the middle one, or the short one first?
Go chalk to rock.
Okay, chalk to rock.
That makes
Okay.
sense. It
Yep.
does. But
So chalk. Also, Max, all these odds I'm giving you. Um, speaking of chalk, all these odds I'm giving you are winner without Scotty Scheffler.
ooh, okay.
I think Scotty's going to win the whole thing.
Yeah, but we can't just do that. I know.
No, but I'm going to find you some value
Oh, you're right.
here.
He has to win one.
You can remove Scotty from the equation. Yeah, I mean this is a huge one. Jack's place, he's playing in front of a legend, won it last year. I expect him to play well. He's right. He's been on the cusp. So I do expect him to win it potentially, and I'll talk a little bit more. I only have one bet on him, and it's a parlay with the NBA Finals prop. So get into that later. Anyways, winner without Scotty Scheffler. First one I'm doing, Xander Schauffele, plus 1400. He's been playing pretty solid in these big tournaments. Feel like he's kind of getting slept on right now, just because of the last couple seasons he's had. So that's plus 1400 without Scotty. Medium guy I'm going with is a guy I've already mentioned a few times, and that's Mr. Alex Smalley. He's been right there for like 6 weeks straight. And I don't know if I see him winning a major this year, but this is as close as you can get to a major aside from the Players Championship. And I think there's a lot of potential there. He's been playing just really, really consistent golf. So his odds without Scotty are plus 6,100,
Hmm.
which is insane. Uh,
Yeah.
I think for as good as for as good as he's been playing, Smalley is at 61 to 1 is insanely crazy odds. And then Max, gonna give you my long shot, my dark horse. He has won a major. He won a major across the pond. Absolutely dominated. He's a lefty. He played well last week, and that is Brian Harmon. Give me Brian Harmon at 115 to 1. $10 to win $1,100. Give me all of that. Uh, Absolutely love it. I think he's sneaky. I even almost when I texted you guys about the first round leaders, I almost put him in there. He ended up being T3 at the end of the first round. So unfortunately wouldn't have hit. But I just had a feeling like whenever I don't think Brian Harmon's going to play well, he plays well. Whenever I think he's going to play well, he's not going to play well. So take that with a grain of salt. I think he's still underrated at plus 150, 115.
There.
So, yep, way, way down there.
What
Think
did he play?
he won the Open Championship a few years back.
Oh, oh, okay. I thought you were saying he won something this year. I was like
No, no,
looking
no.
on him at FedEx. I still had it pulled up.
No, he hasn't been playing super great. He had a good weekend last weekend, and then there's another tournament recently he played pretty solid in. But overall, in terms of like if we're looking at 100 to 1 or longer, he's the one that sticks out to me.
No, no, I love it.
Yep.
I, he's always that guy. You're like, what the? And he's got the like same like me. Like I have a really bad burn right now. Just
Oh
his
yeah.
fucking forehead.
Well, he's just bald, but yeah.
His fault, but it's always just a straight line.
Yeah. And he's a Georgia Bulldog. His Georgia Bulldog buddy, Russell Henley last week won, or this past weekend won. So
Yep.
who knows? Maybe we get back-to-back dogs.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Alrighty, that is it from us for golf, unless there's anything else you got to throw out there. I looked at like the regional props, didn't really love odds there, and it's Monday, so there's only so much we're gonna get, but we gave you the main sections, so
Yeah. I'll say the one that I was gonna pick and I realized was out of our threshold was Scotty top five is minus 148. I think that'd be a good maybe parlay it with something, like
like
someone's
a
20, like an easy T20.
I was gonna say like a Fitzpatrick T20 and a Scotty T5.
Yeah. Yeah. But maybe it probably will change for the worse, but still think those are still pretty good odds right now.
Yeah, I mean that's as good as you're gonna get. I mean,
Yeah.
is he what are the outright? What's his outright right now? Is it
I was on a screenshot. Let me one sec.
is it above? Is it in the threes now? Because I saw it was like 285.
310.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't hate that. Yeah, and I love Rory for this weekend, but I don't know. I just don't.
Early top 10 minus 108 isn't bad.
It's not bad. I mean, he's playing lights out, man. That's a hard one to argue.
Yeah.
I didn't cook up any like parlay finishes. Maybe we'll do that going forward if we can each pick like one or two, and we'll do a
Yeah.
little play. Um, but yeah. So all right. Well, I'm excited for this weekend. It's gonna be in Ohio, so I think the tea times are slotted to be like an hour. Hour. Actually, no, Ohio, dude. Oh gosh, I don't even want to ask it, but is Ohio on our time zone?
Yeah, I think the whole thing. I think Indiana is where it's split in half.
Okay. All right. We're not geography guys.
No, I
So,
probably suck at Geo play or
yeah,
Geo.
sports. Yeah. No, I'm with you there. Um, okay, cool. No, I don't have anything else. I think it's gonna be good. I was checking the tea times to see, and they don't look like they've been released. Yeah, they haven't been.
Yeah.
Yeah, no release yet. And it was Dublin, Ohio, so I was right.
Oh
Um,
yeah, sorry, I meant to tell you that you were right about that.
yep. So it looks like it starts at 7:45. That's crazy, dude. I played a course last weekend that was 6,600 yards. I played longer, but when we were playing, we were like, holy shit, this is a little longer than we thought. They're playing 7,600 yards. Um, that's that is insane. So
Yep.
should be good. I don't think you're going to see a ton of crazy good scores, but I think you're going to see couple crazy days. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like a Scotty or like Matt Fitzpatrick go like 7 under one day, but I can almost personally guarantee that they won't go 7 under any other day other than one. So I see the final score being like 14 under.
Yep. I like it.
Alrighty. Now, from the golf course to the ice, let's talk a little NHL finals here. We've got the Carolina Hurricanes and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Max, you're going to be running point on this here, and I'll run point on the NBA. But overall, is just kind of looking at the form that each team's in. I mean, obviously, both of them kind of blew the brakes off their opponents in the conference finals. So, too much to read into. I know I know Montreal was kind of team of destiny. Obviously, Avs were they the President's Cup winners?
I think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say if not, I know they were the one
Yeah.
seed in the West either way. Um, but with the way that the Knights kind of swept them under the rug, are we gonna overcompensate or overanalyze the Knights, or is this one of those things where they are that legit? So just start with that. We'll get into odds here in a sec, but just give me kind of your spiel and what you're thinking.
Uh, I mean, yeah, I think obviously me being who in the beginning, I did have Kane's abs.
Yeah.
Uh, but going into that Golden Knight series, I did say Knights plus 1.5. I they looked so good in their previous. Sorry, I'm not going to pull up. I forgot who they played, but or Oilers. I don't know. They looked so good in their last series. I didn't think that they would just fucking destroy the Avs like they did. They had some great comeback wins too, but yeah, I truly have a hard time going against the Golden Knights right now. Kane's, first team in a long time that have only lost one game their whole trip to the Stanley Cup Finals. Um,
Yep.
in their first time finally, I mean, I have a hat right on the wall that is from 2023 or 24 where they got swept by the Florida Panthers. Like they have not They were 3-16, I believe, coming into the Eastern Conference Finals against Montreal since like 2006. So for the past 20 years, they've just won one game, or got swept. Like they've been in it like 4 or 5 times. So clearly have had struggles in the Eastern Conference Finals. Finally get that push through. So you're like, okay, like now is are they gonna do it? Now that they finally broke that fucking wall, are they gonna do it? The odds for all of this is just terrible, in my opinion. It's very hard. I mean,
Yeah.
Kings minus 155. Yeah, that's not the best odds that you want to take for the whole series to just to be the champion. I'm not because there's the same odds for game one are the same odds for series like winner.
Yep.
It,
Yeah, I
it
saw that.
it's funny.
I
I guess
thought I
I'll
was
just jump.
tripping.
I'll do game one really quick just because stadium's gonna be booming. I truly think that they come out, they have to get this one. They have to get it. I've been to, like I said, the Eastern Conference Finals. That arena, sorry, not stadium. That arena is fucking nuts. All those fans are fucking crazy. I'm gonna take the minus 1.5 at plus 170. I don't care. And I think it's gonna be under 5.5. I think it's gonna be a 2-1 Canes, maybe, or sorry, that just contradicted. But 2-1 last second they pull the goalie, they get that empty netter, 3-1 Canes. I do like the under a lot at 5.5, straight up there. I wouldn't parlay it with anything. I'd take it straight up. It's minus 102. So just do that and then pick who you like. I mean, dude, it's gonna be such a fun series. Um, Canes have to grab game one. I think they do end up grabbing game one. And like I said, empty netters are going to happen. So that minus 1.5 is very intriguing, especially at a plus 170.
Yep. And I'll say real quick before you get into the full series stuff.
Uh-huh.
They obviously plan it this way, but we have to call it out. Tuesday, NHL Finals. Wednesday, NBA Finals. Thursday, NHL Finals. Friday, NBA Finals. We're gonna have like a week straight at least, if not 2 weeks straight, of just every night we're gonna get either hockey or NBA Finals, and it's not gonna be on the same day, and it's gonna be so fucking fantastic because as we sit here right now on Monday night, Tuesday morning, or Tuesday coming to you guys, this is like the one day in the last like 6 weeks where there isn't NBA or NHL on, and I am going or golf, and I'm going fucking nuts. I'm betting on the Dallas Wings and the Phoenix Mercury uh
Yeah, I
tonight.
was betting on round four.
And
French.
Tiafo.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then Tiafo, which he ended up losing. I don't know if you saw that. I think he
yeah, I
lost one.
did because the fucking fuck ass.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's any Americans left in either. I saw Madison Keys got knocked out. Not to sidebar too fast, but
Yeah,
Madison Keys from the U.S. was the last American on the women's side, and I
yeah.
think
Neat. Fucking Amanda got
and
out
he was
in
the
round
last one.
two.
Yep.
We
Yeah. So I mean, right now I think the favorites are Zverev on the men's side and Sabalenka on the women's side. Those are the favorites. And I do have a parlay for you here once we wrap that up, but I will talk about that later. Go back to the series props.
Cool. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, like I said, so yeah, I like the under a lot for tomorrow or today. I guess for those listening, it would be today. Um, that's my official stamp. Everything else, do what you want. It's hard for me. I want to say, so I want to say I love the Canes 4-3 series correct score. Give me a Hurricanes 4-3 at plus 425. And that also gives you an opportunity to also kind of hedge, maybe even play with it too. You can get the Knights at plus 1.5 games, but it's minus 150. So maybe whatever Sam has for the NBA coming up, we can work a little parlay there. So that would
Ooh,
give
got
you
a good
that would give you the Knights going game seven, or that'd be the Knights winning. So that minus 150 gives you a little hedge for that. if we want to parlay it with something too, or just straight up, just put like a good amount of money's hand raised for Sam. Yes.
So I might be jumping the gun, teacher, so let me know. But seven total games, exact number of games is plus 210.
Yes, I do like that a lot.
Okay, because
Uh,
over under is 5.5, and you're
I
kind of
know, and that was so yeah, I was gonna say over under 5.5 minus 185 or whatever it is sucks. I think it has to go Sep. I just fear
yeah.
this is gonna be very home favorite. I think Canes take game one, Knights might take game two and three. Canes gonna have to take game four. They'll take game five. Knights will take six. Whoever will be seven. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be these guys are. It's gonna be great. I mean, um, so
It's
I don't.
actually a really good hedge. Like if you look at it, like plus 425 on Canes 4-3, and then if you get Knights at plus 1.5 and it goes to seven, like that's
Or if they just win, yeah, then
yeah,
it's an amazing hedge. Thank you.
yeah, that's a good. I don't hate that. I don't have my mathematical modeling brain on right now.
Say
It's been
you
a
put like
long
a
day,
little,
but
yeah,
that looks to be a good.
like
Just make
say
sure
you
you put more on the
just.
Knights one, you the Kings one.
I was gonna say double, or maybe yeah, like double what you put on the 4-3 on the plus 1.5. Double that, and then it should
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
all line up.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, you got potential there. I love it. I love it. Um,
Um,
did you
uh,
have any other picks? Yeah, do you want to keep going? I got a couple
yeah,
questions.
nothing too crazy. A point leader that stuck out to me, like for the whole series, and he's the favorite, of course. But Eichel, I think he will. I mean, that dude could dish out 3 assists a game, 2 assists, like a goal. Like he's not a great goal, or he's not. He is a great goal scorer, but he's not. He's not looking for the goals. He's a disher. He's going to be getting assists out the ass, and I don't hate him at plus 300 for point scorers.
Yeah. Okay. So that was going to be one of my questions. I thought about it about Eichel, and then I was like, well, I feel like not knowing hockey compared to like you and other people, I was like, I feel like if I just take the top one, that kind of sounds silly. But I've been seeing
I know. I didn't.
Mitch Marner, who's been balling too in the playoffs, and he's plus
Yeah,
330. So I was like, is that a good like second option, or are they going to be
Eichel's going to be
others' points?
Eichel's going to be the guy over Mitch. I feel like Eichel's going to have more ice time than Mitch.
It kind of reminds like, oh, sorry, you go ahead.
No, yeah, no, but like Mitch is in the box. Like he's in front of the goal. Like he's a tip guy. He dishes and stuff. So like it's very good, but yeah, I don't know. I just think for Vegas, Eichel's gonna be that guy. Like he's gonna be their McDavid or Crosby or like it's got to go through him if they want to kind of push and make some movement.
That's funny you say Crosby because the way I was thinking about it was like, all right, so all the attention's gonna be on Crosby. I thought the Eichel Marner for me, and I don't know shit, but in my head, I was like, it feels like a Crosby Malkin, where like maybe Malkin is like Marner and Crosby's
Right.
like where yeah, they're gonna be on it, but maybe it's just like Marner's just burying goals. The thing is if Eichel's dishing them to him, it's equaling out. So that was gonna be my question.
And
Like,
Eichel's not only dishing it to just Mitch Marner, he's dishing it to everyone. So,
okay, no, I like that. Stand down, soldier. Yes, sir.
but goal scorer is a little different. I don't
Yeah.
want to take Shevchenko or sorry, that was you got Shevchenko, man. Um, Shevchkinov. I don't think I really want to take anyone. Jarvis is a little sneaky fucker, but he's still up there. I
What about
think
Taylor Hall?
for the leading goal scorer, I don't think so. But I do like him to like be like a random like
Goal scorer, prop.
yeah, like game two, just be like, oh yeah, let's just do Taylor Hall. Um, it yeah, goal scorer, I don't know. Like Shevchkinov, you could just do that. Um, but Mitch Marner goal scorer would actually be the one, not points, but goals for Mitch Marner at
Okay.
plus 900.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Maybe I'll do that instead of the points.
Yeah, because I mean Mark Stone's also a sneaky like just do it randomly for a game. Like game three back in Vegas, Mark Stone's probably gonna score.
Yep.
And he's gonna be plus 800.
Okay. I like that too. Okay. And
And
then
nonprofit kid.
what's up?
I was just getting a phone call from spam nonprofit.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was gonna say I have one other play slash question for you.
Yeah.
And I think you'll probably agree, but I just want to confirm you like the odds on it. Um, Based on what you said on game one, I saw a parlay where it's Canes to win game one and then to win the series
Oh yeah,
plus 130. So if you don't like that minus 155 on the series, just winner, and you think they're
yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
win
True.
game one,
Should have said that.
I felt like that was, I mean, it's basically if you did,
Exactly what I said.
yeah, it's minus 155 combined. It's basically you just double that
I
odds.
think
It's,
if they don't win game one, then they're fucked. So they have to win game one.
yeah, I'd agree with that. Because you're going from one coast to pretty much the other one too, and
But then again, I say that they looked like dog shit game one against Montreal in
yeah,
Raleigh and fucking just were like, all right, fucking turn it around. So um
I feel
yeah,
like both teams are so good at home.
they are.
I mean, it's
And both
obvious,
crowds are crazy.
but
I mean,
yeah,
hockey, I mean, I think I say it every NHL playoff year that we do this. I mean, hockey, I think, is more detrimental of being the home favor, like whatever you call it. Jesus.
should we just go to the game tomorrow?
Yeah, we should. No.
I already,
But like being the home team is such a big difference in hockey compared to like football. And I mean, NBA is close. Like, I mean, back in the days with the Heat, I think that lines up. But no matter what team is in the fucking finals for NHL hockey, that fucking shit is blowing up. So it matters. It really does. So
oh,
um,
they love it in Carolina, man. We see
it's crazy.
it was funny when we went down to the lake for Memorial Day. Canes had a game at home, I think, on Thursday night against the Canadians. I think that's right. Um,
Yeah, it's Thursday and Saturday.
yeah, yeah. So Thursday they were playing, and I drove by on the way to the lake
Blackjack.
house. Yeah, well, I drove by the fire department.
Oh yeah.
It was jam packed, and Emma thought it was so funny because she was just like, I was like, dude, I was like, the fire department's so packed. I bet they're watching the game. And she's like, or something happened, and I was like, I think we would have known if there was a fire. Like we probably
Mhm.
would have seen something. I would think, like at least
Right.
in the air. Um, but I think it was like bingo night or like a fundraiser night. So,
Yeah, it was yeah, bingo.
yeah, I was like, it's probably some kind of like bingo thing. But I was like, when we drove by the what is it, Rickety Jacks? What's his name? Point Jack,
All night, Jacks.
One-Eyed Jacks, all everything but One-Eyed Jacks, is what I said. So they had a good amount of crowd there too. So I don't know if you're going down on Saturday, but they'll be home Tuesday and Thursday, and then Saturday's at Vegas. But I bet you the lake bars will be popping on
Oh yeah.
tonight. Obviously Tuesday and Thursday, but we got to
I was
work.
gonna throw my jersey on, but I'm more of a Dub V guy right now. The
Yeah,
colors wouldn't.
man. Do you want
They're
to?
all right now.
I was gonna say, do you have anything else on Stanley Cup? I was gonna say,
No, I mean, unfortunately, like I think I gave the best I could. There's not
no. There's
like
I
straight
love
up,
all.
you can't do much.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I
And I
think
mean, like I know
Vegas
our
could easily do
juice.
it. If you really want to, plus 30 for plus 130 for Vegas is definitely good. I mean, it's really a coin flip.
May or may not feel pretty similar when it comes to NBA Finals odds. So I'm totally in the boat where I'm like, it's obviously outside our juice, but I don't know how juicy I want to be. Uh,
Right.
but before we get into NBA, thank you for that NHL talk. Do you want to plug West Virginia real quick? West Virginia baseball.
Yeah.
Before
No, we're just rolling. I mean, we're hosting the regionals right now. We just got struck out. But
who was the other night? What was that? That game was insane.
last
Not
night,
yeah.
oh sorry, you kind of froze for a sec. Yeah, so last night we beat Bring Bringham or whatever the fuck they are.
Binghamton.
Bingham. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, beat Wake Forest, lost to Kentucky game one, but that's like they do in the regionals. They do that you lose one, then you play them again. Last night, so Saturday we lost to them. Last night, crazy game, just back and forth. I mean, it was 8-9 in the top of the ninth. We were up to bat, top of the ninth. Dude, fucking fake throws it to first like a dumbass, has a balk. So we had a guy on third and a guy on first.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a walk where that one guy, it's every runner gets a go for a balk. So we get a guy on home, it's 9-9. Fucking next guy comes up, just cranks a 2-run homer. And then we shut him out in the bottom of the ninth and just absolute dude, that stadium's awesome. I've been there a few
It's
times.
so cool.
Um, got to see Alex Manoah. I know he's a kind of a not a great guy now, but or not a great, but not a great pitcher now.
Good guy, not great baseball player.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, but stadium's awesome. That stadium was fucking bumping. They're going right now. We're up 2-0 against Kentucky, and I believe it's the top of the or the bottom of the fifth. I can't see. They're showing kids playing on the field. But if we win this game, we are hosting Super Regionals against Cal Poly. So, uh, huge, 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 huge. I love it. We're
Yep.
rolling.
Dude, I bet a parlay yesterday on baseball, and it included a UCLA live money line. They're up two against St. Mary's, and included um who was it? Uh who the fuck was it? Jacksonville State, who was favorites over Little Rock, and like Florida State and one other team that was live. I'm trying to pull it up real quick. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh no, I got it. I got it. It was a five pick parlay. Everyone's juiced as fuck. I was like, I don't know shit about baseball, so I should probably just take a bunch of the favorites. I bet it was UCLA when they were live money line, they were up, yeah, they were up 5-3. They're minus 1750. Georgia Tech was up uh they were up 8-2, minus 1450. Florida State money line, Mississippi State money line, and Bama money line. And Florida State won, Mississippi State won, and Bama won. But the two longest odds, Georgia Tech and UCLA, both came back and they got come back on. Yeah, they got come on their back. And they lost both of those games, right? And then I go, okay, well, maybe St. Mary's is on a roll. So right before I went to bed, which I don't advise doing this, but sometimes I'll just throw a couple bucks on it. And I got reverse parlayed here. And I had Oregon State to beat Oregon plus money, whatever. I had St. Mary's to beat Cal Poly, also lost. Jacksonville State was in this parlay, not the other one. They lost. They were minus 300 favorites. And A&M lost by 11 to USC. So not only did I lose
Yeah.
every single leg, but I lost every single leg by a minimum of 3 runs or more. So what I'll say is unless you got like a West Virginia that you have some bias to, personally, if you don't know much about college baseball and you haven't been following, don't fucking bet it. Because every time you want to go dog, favorites win. And every time you got big favorites, dogs win. It makes no sense. I'm done. I went 0 for 2 yesterday because I was bored after I won the Russell Henley outright. And so I started just throwing some shit at the wall. So all I'm going to say is just be careful with baseball because there's so much volatility in these games, especially when they're playing multiple times. So, needless to say, if you want to sprinkle a long shot, this is probably the sport to do it. But obviously watching a good bit of West Virginia when I can. Aside from that, I don't have any dog in the race. So, um, yeah, that's college baseball for you.
It is, dude. It's crazy.
It is. It is. All right. So we've covered football, golf, hockey, baseball. On to the last one here at the group. Let's go to some NBA unless you got anything else you want to add. Uh,
No.
Max, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a big basketball guy. This is one of my favorite NBA Finals matchups in the last few years. This is fucking awesome. I was texting a buddy of mine earlier today, and to see a team like New York in the NBA Finals for the NBA is like when you had that stretch, I think it was like mid 2000s, before Bama started getting good at college football, before Texas kind of came back on the map, when Notre Dame was solid, but still kind of not in that ACC conference schedule. Like
Mhm.
when and USC was not as good. It's the same concept with NBA. Like when you have the Lakers, the Celtics, and the Knicks playing good basketball, it's great for the brand of the NBA. And so to have one, the New York Knicks with this super squad that they've got here that they've had for a couple of years now, playing against the international superstar, probably the most popular basketball player on the planet right now. More, maybe even more so than LeBron James at this point, just because of his international presence. You get Victor Wembanyama and all his buddies. It reminds me of like neighborhood or association basketball in high school for us.
Mhm.
It was like the rec leagues, and you always had these like maybe I'm speaking for myself, but like you had guys who played maybe a high school ball, they
Yeah.
not to play, or AKA in my instance, I'm not getting any play time and I'm playing soccer, so let's just play rec ball with all my buddies. And
Yep.
you got a Victor Wembanyama in that version, but on steroids. Um, And to see this squad get to the finals, beat the Thunder, I think a lot of people are happy to watch the Spurs in the finals over the Thunder, A, because they were there last year and they won it. So, you always want to, no one likes seeing repeats, unless you're a fan. Um, you don't necessarily like seeing repeats. And then also on
Or
top of
just fuck OKC, yeah.
yeah, and then Shea and his flopping and what's become an issue with that. I think a lot of people are happy to see the Spurs there. They looked really good against the Thunder. No Jalen Williams from the Thunder in the last game or two, like game and a half. So a lot of things to consider. Knicks are healthy. They've been sitting around for a week almost, waiting for this to kind of come to fruition. So now we're talking rust versus rest. And the odds to similar, they're even juicier than the NHL, but similar to you, Max, with the NHL, it's hard to handicap this series because Spurs are minus 205, and I do think that they could potentially pull it out, but I'll tell you what, Max, plus 170 on the Knicks. I don't know, man. I could see because what they're gonna do is they're gonna bring Wemby, they're gonna have Carl Anthony Towns, they're going to pull him out to the 3-point line. They're going to pull him out to mid range. It's going to leave that space down there open because Wembanyama is going to be coming out. Now, Wembanyama is like one of the best defensive players of our time, and he can guard more than one guy at once because of his wingspan and his height.
Yeah.
But I imagine they're going to be bringing Cat out a lot to the 3-point line, kind of moving him around so that Wemby's not sitting in the middle, just clogging that up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how these guys game plan. Um, that being said, just talking game one before I get into the series, I think the Knicks last time I checked were plus 5.5
Yep.
at the Spurs. It's going to be tough to obviously stop Wembanyama, and it's all going to come down to role players. I think Jalen Brunson is going to be able to get his. I think Wembanyama is going to get his. Now
You
it's
think-
Hmm?
Oh, sorry, finish.
No, no, no. You're good. You're good.
No, I was just saying, you think Robinson's little finger surgery is going to have any effect? Because I mean, he would be the one that is on Wimbyama. I mean, and Cat obviously too, but like I feel like putting up Robinson on Wemby is a better defensive,
Yeah,
like the right defensive thing to do versus Cat.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went with like a. They're gonna they they could maybe put OG on there. I don't see that as super likely, but I think that's a great point. And the only thing I'm not worried about Mitchell Robinson defensively. I mean, he's gonna just get it's just gonna hit his cast and might bang him up a little bit.
Right.
But offensively, it's funny. I was actually thinking about this and looking into some stats. I don't have the stat in front of me, but basically in the last series that they played against the
Cat.
uh, Cavs. Thank you. Last series against the Cavs, he only had two shots that weren't layups or dunks, and so
True. I mean, he's a true like Dwight Howard-esque guy. Like he's not taking any jumpers, but still, maybe he'll be scared to take a big dunk or a big block with his finger.
well, especially if you get, if I'm Spurs, what do you do with that? You just foul him, make him hit free throws. Obviously, don't get Wemby in
I
foul
don't think
trouble.
it was his shooting hand though, which is good. It was his
Yeah.
non-dominant.
Yeah, so that's good too. So I think that's going to be important. I'm actually very interested to your point on how they roll out the Knicks starting five this first game. I could see it being like a uh, Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Robinson, Towns. Obviously, Josh Hart is a great defender. Obviously does pretty much everything on the court that you need him to do. But just to your point, from a matchup perspective, because you're not going to take Cat out in that because you need him from an offensive perspective. Um, but Mitchell Robinson potentially as a defensive liability or not liability, but defensive prowess, I could see them rolling out that five. If not, I could see Robinson and Hart kind of just being interchangeable there.
Right.
Uh, so interested to see how that plays out. If we're talking game one, got it pulled up now. Knicks are plus 5.5. Over under is 218.5. I'm gonna play the Knicks plus 5.5. Game one. I think the Spurs could end up winning this first game at home. Might take a game to see Wemby in this matchup before they really start hammering down strategy and things like that. I think that's going to be tough. I also like the under. I don't like doing unders, but I think that this game screams under to me because it's a feel out game, right? It's you're trying to see what they're doing, some of the strategy. So I think that overall, I like the under and the plus 5.5. There, I think it's going to be like 105 to like 102, maybe something like that. I think it's going to start out really slow. I think they're good. It's like any college football final, anything like that. You're getting the jitters out. There's probably going to be some ugly ass shots in that first quarter. People are just going to be hopped up on adrenaline. So expect maybe that first half to be ugly, and they're going to be kind of trying to claw back to get to that 218. So yeah, give me the under and plus 5.5 in that first game. I'm gonna personally sprinkle Knicks plus 164 on the money line as well. I just think they're more complete. And I think
Yeah.
I think not that I'll go out and say it. Shea won the MVP back-to-back years. But at the same time, I don't think Jalen Brunson, in terms of what he does for the Knicks versus what Shea does for the Thunder, not just 1v1, but I think in terms of what they do for each of their teams. Um, I think it's pretty equal. And so you've got that. You've got Mikal Bridges. You've got Josh Hart. You've got Cat and company. I think that in OG, who has been playing lights out all playoffs. I just don't think from a matchup standpoint defensively that the Spurs, aside from Wemby, are necessarily going to be able to get theirs. Fox is great. Stephon Castle, they're going to be good and they're a great team. I like the core of the Knicks right now more than I like what the Spurs are doing. Dylan Harper gets banged up here and there.
Right.
Champanini, and Devin Vassell are great three-point shooters, but I think they're going to have a game plan, especially when you get three less games and you're able to sit there and watch these last three and what they're doing. I think you get more scouting opportunity. Spurs are now thinking about the Knicks, but the Knicks have been sitting here scouting for probably a week and a half now. Uh, so I do like it from a first game perspective. Player props, things like that can't really pinpoint anything for game one. I don't love uh, what I'm seeing from like strictly odds here. If I had to pick like one player prop that I really like, and I'm the reason why I'll pause and ask questions and see if you have any questions here in a sec, but I've got some really good props out. That being said, Mikal Bridges, 18 points or more in game one is plus 179. Uh, his
Mm,
his 15 points is minus 117. So that's one more three. And he's at plus 179. That gap is significant. He's potentially going to land somewhere in there, but at plus 179 on a point total, that's only a 3 point difference from minus 117. Give me all that. I think Mikal Bridges might be that X factor. I think Brunson and Wemby are going to get theirs. I think Cat's going to get his. I think I think Castle will probably get his for the Spurs because there's guard defense isn't great on the Knicks when it comes to Brunson, so I think they're going to target him on defense and then probably Cat, depending on how Wemby's looking. So yeah,
right.
if I had to pick one prop from that game, that's probably the one. I've got some little same game parlays that I'm cooking up, but just from a one prop perspective, I love that. I think Bridges is going to have a nice series.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Uh, so yeah. Any questions before I get into series props?
No, I think we're good. Let you keep rolling.
So that being said, if I am taking a winner on the NBA Finals from an odds perspective, I do like the Knicks at plus 170. I think they can get it done. I love what they're doing right now. They're rolling. East is not the West, as who was it? Draymond Green said on a podcast, I think it was yesterday or over the weekend. He said the East is the East. You get out of the East, you're supposed to get out of the East. You get to the West, that you're supposed to win the whole thing. Cool, man. No bias whatsoever involved in that comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, East might have been a little bit easier, but at the same time, Thunder did not look good. Thunder did not look like the number one team in the NBA.
No, I've heard.
Being out, their role players didn't play that well. So all things considered, New York and my other thing too, Max, is let's say New York does win game one, those odds are completely shifting. You're not getting plus 170 again. So my thought is
Right.
let's get that 170 and then we can hedge it after that and see how this goes. So
Right.
going Knicks to win, I think I'd be playing Knicks plus 1.5 game spread similar to your night
Yeah.
line. I think that's a money parlay piece too. Like if you wanted to do Knights plus 1.5 and Knicks plus 1.5,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll
I
do
think
it.
that's really, yeah, yeah. Pull that up real quick. And then it's funny because their total games odds are pretty almost similar to Carolina, where it's minus 185 for Carolina and the Golden Knights, but
Plus
Knicks
185.
plus 185. I love that. I think that's great odds. And if they win, you're obviously in good shape too. So I think that's really good odds. Total games over 5.5 is -170. So outside our juice range, but obviously if you want to use that as a parlay piece,
So, I mean, yeah, no. Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So like neither of these in our opinions are going gentlemen sweeps.
no, no, I don't think so. Um,
I'll do that real quick too while you finish up
yep.
or finish it up, but keep going.
7 games exactly is +190. I love that. Probably not going to go crazy, but I think that +190 at 7 games is very solid too. I think I would, man, I wish game seven could have been at the Garden, but it's going to be in San Antonio, and who knows what's going to happen at that point. Wemby's probably going to have 65 points in game seven if it does get to that point. And that'll probably be my hedge based on what I've already kind of said. So
Yeah. Both over 5.5s are gonna be plus 144.
that's, I mean, that might be the best parlay
Yeah.
of the podcast. Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah.
No way it's gentlemen sweeps. Ain't no way.
Yeah. No, I think the Knicks get, if they do lose, they get at least two. And I think the same for the Canes. I think it's basically like you're going to get two at Madison Square, you're going to get two at in Raleigh. So, um, absolutely all over that. I don't know if they had this prop for the NHL, but I looked at it for the NBA and it's total overtime games. And +300 is just for one of the potentially 7 games that I'm predicting. If I'm predicting 7 games, one of them is going to go to overtime, and that's +300. I think that's crazy good odds. And if you want to do two or more, 2 out of 7 games go to overtime, +2,500. So yeah, obviously steeper, but if you're gonna have one, you might have another. So I love that there. And then I got some player props here, but you got any questions as I keep rolling?
No, the only thing I'd say, I mean, I was eyeing that minus 1.5 Spurs, but
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair. I think it definitely could happen. I just, from a value perspective,
yeah,
I can't not take that.
I don't have a dog in this fight too. Like I love that, like you said. I mean, it's not the top dogs. It's not the usual fuckers. I would love to see both of them win.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, honestly. And I think I'm just got a little fatigue with the Spurs, and I'm sure Wemby and the Spurs will win more than enough, but this might be one of the last years that you see this Knicks team potentially winning that. So
No, New
uh
York will explode if the Knicks win, and that would
yeah,
be.
and it would be very New York to lose this series, but I don't know, man. I think this is the team that can do it. And as I'm looking through, and it's funny because the next 4 picks I'm going to give you are all related to the Knicks because I feel like everything's coming up Wemby, and his odds just aren't great for a lot of these props. So I'll start with one that I think I mentioned to you earlier, and I don't know if I kind of mentioned it in the pod, but I mentioned to you before we started recording, and. So you got like points leaders, rebounds leaders, same thing with NHL points, goals, all that. The 3-point leader of this series, you've got Devin Vassell and Champanini, who are the top two. You've got Brunson at 3. You've got Wemby at 4. You've got a couple other guys here, and let me see if I can. Yep. You've got OG Anunoby up there, and then you got Hart and Shamit all up there in terms of the total threes. I'm taking a guy behind all of that, and that's Mikal Bridges. I already kind of mentioned him. He hit a bunch of threes in the last couple series. His odds when I got it yesterday was +5,000. They're +2,500 now. So his odds have split in half since I placed that bet. And I'm a silly Willie, Max, because I
Mm.
parlay Mikal Bridges to lead the NBA Finals in 3-pointers at +5,000 with Scotty Scheffler to win the Memorial, $10 to win 2 grand. Why the hell not? I think Bridges is going to get opportunities. I think it's just a chance of whether he makes it or not. And I think between Basel and Champanini, I think they might just be competing. Like Champanini might, one of them is going to be probably the higher 3-point shooter after game one, and then it's just going to go back and forth. I think Bridges, aside from Brunson, is going to be one of the top guys when it comes down to it. So I'll take that all day at plus 2,500 now. So I love that. Wemby on total points is minus 170, so outside our juice range.
Yeah.
Here's the obvious answer. Jalen Brunson plus 135. Uh,
Ooh, yeah.
I think he's going to have a 40-point game at some point in this series. I wouldn't be surprised if he averaged about 28 to 30, just based on what he's going to have to do. So I, I I love that. I think that's great odds. Assist leader is a sneaky one for you, Max. Assist leader, I'm going with guy number 4 on the list. You've got obviously Stephon Castle, who's going to have plenty of assists. He's plus 140. Jalen Brunson plus 150. De'Aaron Fox plus 600. Give me Josh Hart at plus 900. I think he's he's going to be 8 and 8, or 12 or 10 and 14. He's going to be feeding Brunson a lot. He's going to be feeding Bridges a lot, OG a lot, Towns a lot. They're all good shooters. So,
Right.
you move the ball around, you kick that extra pass over, and I think Josh Hart for his value at plus 900 and what he does on the court is insanely good value. Uh, Kind of long, just like the Bridges one, but plenty of chalk to go around, but we're trying to make some money here.
Oh yeah.
Yep, yep. And then the last one I have is kind of I guess, a hedge to a certain extent of my Bridges 3-point play. And this is kind of a weird one, but it's like we start getting into like average points per game, stuff like that for the series. And Mikal Bridges to average two or more, just average, not have two or more 3-pointers in every game, but an average of two 3-pointers or more per game. 3-pointers made, of course, not attempted, but two plus 3-pointers per game average. Mikal Bridges plus 120. It's just kind of basically like if he's not going to win the 3-point leader deal, he's probably going to be up there and probably be pretty tight once it gets to game 5, 6, 7. But I think he's good for averaging two or more.
I like it.
Yep. So that's where I'm at. I think that, I mean, that's it there. I don't have any others. I think if I am gonna, gun to the head, I gotta pick one. Um, no odds related. I still think I'm gonna pick the Knicks. I was impressed by the Spurs, but I think healthy Cavs versus a banged up Spurs, it's not the same, or a banged up Thunder, sorry. Um,
Right.
I don't know, man. You win every game by 20 or more points, minus 2 games in the entire NBA Finals. I have a hard time going against them.
Yeah.
And just think it's New York's time.
No, I like it. I'd say I'd rather bet the Knicks than the Knights, I think.
Ooh, see, I would probably, yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Just because, I mean, yeah, the Spurs aren't too established and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. And Wemby's going to go off, but I mean, dude, they're winning games and he's scoring like 22 points and then he scores 40 and they lose. So, like, I think
Yeah,
they're going to need him to score 40, and I just don't know if it's going to be enough. It's
right.
like when you get to these playoff games and like when the Jazz had Donovan Mitchell and they were playing the Nuggets, they would just let Mitchell have like 50 points, but no one else on the team could really put anything
Right.
together. And I think
Exactly.
that could be similar. Wemby's obviously miles better than Mitchell right now and long term, but dude, I don't know, man. I just think there's some Team of Destiny Knicks vibes, and as much as I want to hate on New York sports, this is the only New York sports program that I actually like kind of root for. And
Yeah,
I have no problem with the Knicks. It wasn't even like a mellow thing when he moved over. It's just like it's good for basketball, and it's like you get the Knicks to win one. It's huge for that city, that
oh,
program.
yeah,
Just the NBA itself would be. Adam Silver would love to see the Knicks win this. I
for
would.
sure. It'd be good.
Sweet. All right, dude. Well, we have been talking for quite some time now. Is there anything else going on this weekend? Any UFC cards? Anything else you want to hit on? Because I'm going to be pretty knee deep in some golf and some basketball and some hockey this week, and I don't know if I'm going to have money or the bandwidth to watch slash bet on anything other than that.
No, I think we'll just keep it at that.
Sweet, sweet. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Have a great rest of your week. We've got Canes Vegas on Tuesday if you're listening today. Knicks Spurs on Wednesday, and it's just gonna be every day, every other day they're playing. We're getting one of those games every single day this week. So it's gonna be a great week, great weekend. Uh, love wifey, but she's out of town, so good excuse to hunker down at home just watch sports. So, very much looking forward to that. The weather looks great. Looks like we're gonna hit some 90s. That's because I'm a big sweaty boy, and that's all you can do. So, yeah, that's all I have. Soccer's over. We'll talk World Cup next week.
Yep.
World Cup is we'll do preview next week. Should be good, and I think we have another week until the US Open. So I think next week will be pretty heavy on the World Cup front. We'll talk a little baseball. If we can talk NBA, NHL, we'll do that a little bit. Just check in and see where things are at. Otherwise, um, we should be rolling. Yeah, so it's the RBC Canadian Open is next week, and then US Open. So we'll be very heavily on the World Cup among other things. But let's have a good week. Happy Monday, Max. Happy Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday to whoever's listening. If you're listening on Thursday or Friday, you're probably late to the game on some of these plays.
Yep.
So,
Hit these series props while you can.
yeah, I was gonna say by Wednesday night, you better be, nah, fuck it. You better just be listening
Talked
first.
about it. You got to listen tomorrow, today,
Gotta
Tuesday.
listen on Tuesday. And if you got to this point, thanks for listening this long. But we took a week off, so we had to make some time back, and we'll keep it short and sweet going forward. But a lot to cover this week. So good to catch up with you there, bro.
Of
Love the
course.
Magoo
So,
shirt. I didn't notice the Magoo shirt here until just now, but I love that shirt. Got some good stuff here.
big
We're
rock.
vibing. We're gonna have a great week. There's nothing better than starting a podcast on a Monday because we get to enjoy the rest of the week, but also something to look forward to always on a shitty Monday. So
Exactly.
thanks everyone for listening. Let's have a good week.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Love y'all.